What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. Pumped up, baby. Let's go. Week 1 is just a few days away. Well, it's a little more than a week away. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. All of them help me out huge. Make sure you smash the hell out of that like button. That does help out massive. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. Like I said, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. You can be with me through this journey of the 2022 Giants. It'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully, you'll see all you guys and girls there through the whole season. And of course, leave a comment. That's always good. Good, bad, or indifferent. YouTube likes you to leave a comment. Leave a comment. So the Giants set their initial 53-man roster today, and there may be a couple of surprises. Probably not a ton of surprises. Perhaps them not carrying 3 quarterbacks and cutting Davis Webb. That may have been a bit of a surprise. He had a great preseason. As a matter of fact, not that it matters, but the Giants had the best offense in the preseason as far as yards go. Go figure that out. Davis Webb was a big part of it, but he will not be a part of it in the 2022 regular season. Quincy Roche and O'Shane Ximines, they've been kind of battling out. I don't really think one stood out above the other per se, but I do believe that obviously Wink Martindale feels like O'Shane Ximines fits his scheme better than Quincy Roche does. And maybe the biggest surprise, at least so far, is that Darius Slayton does stay with the team. He makes the roster. Doesn't mean they won't trade him here in the future, but he has made the roster. They did not cut him. So perhaps he is there just because there have been some garnered trade interest in Darius Slayton. Maybe the Giants move him somewhere here in the future before the regular season starts. But Darius Slayton, for now, is a New York Giant. So perhaps that was, some of the surprises or not surprises. But anyway, more of the bigger names. Let's give you the initial 53-man roster. They're going to go with 2 quarterbacks. I think we know who they are, Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor. The fact that Davis Webb was cut probably tells you that Tyrod Taylor's injury isn't serious and that he'll be ready to go week 1. Otherwise, I believe that they would have kept Davis Webb on the roster. Running backs, they're going to start Saquon Barkley. He'll be on the team. Matt Breida, Antonio Williams, and Gary Brightwell, who a lot of people didn't think Brightwell was going to make the team, but Brightwell obviously contributes a lot to special teams, and I think that's a big reason that he did make the team. Tight end, this is really bad. They went out and they got Ricky Seals-Jones. He doesn't make it. They cut Austin Allen. He didn't make it. The starters, obviously, Daniel Bellinger. He skyrocketed to the top, the 4th-round pick. Will be the starter. Chris Myrick, he'll also be there more probably for his blocking than his offense. Tanner Hudson also made the cut as far as tight ends go. Wide receivers, well, they kept 7 of them on the squad. Kenny Golladay, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Kadarius Toney are listed as your starters with Sterling Shepard. David Sills does make the team, so that'll make a lot of New York Giants fans happy. I know a lot of Giants fans rooting for that kid. Last year, he got cut. He's obviously worked his ass off to get here. He's earned this roster spot. He had a really good preseason. Maybe Alex Bachman getting cut. Maybe that was something that Giants fans didn't expect. Bachman had a really nice preseason as well, but they did ultimately decide to get rid of him. But they do keep David Sills. Richie James, probably more for kick and punt returns than actual wide receiving. He's going to take the place of CJ Board, who did not make the roster. And of course, Darius Slayton, who I mentioned earlier in the video, is there for now. On the offensive line, where there was a ton of question marks, your starters from left to right are Andrew Thomas, Shane Lemieux, who does make the team despite having that injury, John Feliciano, Mark Lewinsky, and Evan Neal, and the backups, Joshua Rizzuto, Ben Bredesen, who we don't want to see anywhere near the lineup if possible. Devery Hamilton, and Max Garcia will be the backups for the Giants. Obviously, Holden got cut. Does that surprise anybody? Holden got Tyrod Taylor killed and couldn't snap the ball out of the shotgun to Davis Webb against the Bengals the other day, or a couple weeks ago, so that was pretty bad. But those are your linemen, and let's hope that the starting 5 stay healthy, please. The defensive line, it's going to be Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence, with the backups being Justin Ellis, Nick Williams, and DJ Davidson. So they will make it. Obviously, Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence, I think that was pretty obvious. The edge rushers, your starters are Azeez Ojulari and Kayvon Thibodeau. So the 4-3 obviously is going to be Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence, Azeez, and Kayvon Thibodeau. The backups being Jihad Ward, Ellerson Smith, who does make the team. I was surprised. I know he, was kind of raw. Didn't really play well. I didn't really hear anything about Ellerson Smith this entire offseason, but he makes the team. O'Shane Ximines did beat out Quincy Roche. And Timon Fox, a very nice surprise, a hard hitter, obviously won the game for him against the Bengals. He's been all over the field like a missile type of guy. He's had really good energy. I'm happy for that kid. Again, probably going to be in there more for special teams than anything else. But that's a nice story that Timon Fox made it. And if you saw the video of his mom get really excited when he made that hit to finish the game off against the Bengals, how excited do you think that the Fox family is today, knowing that their son made the final or the initial final 53-man roster? So good for that kid. Inside linebacker is going to be Blake Martinez, Tate Crowder, with the backups being Micah McFadden out of Indiana. He had a really nice preseason, did Micah McFadden. He was kind of all over the place as well. Carter Coughlin was a guy that perhaps a lot of people didn't think were going to make the team, but Coughlin does make it. Austin Calitro definitely earned his way out of this team, had the pick 6 against the Jets, had a pick against the Patriots earlier in the preseason. Well, and Cam Brown, who I do believe was named a captain on the, as far as linebackers go. I think Cam Brown was named a captain. I could be wrong about that because they did name 10 captains. And my man X, he's a captain. He should be a captain. He's one of the captains of the defense, Xavier McKinney. We're going to get to that in a second. Cornerbacks, I don't think there's any surprise here, guys. Adoree Jackson, Aaron Robinson, Darnay Holmes, your starters. Cordell Flott, maybe Darius Williams making the final 53 is a bit of a surprise. Not really sure. Darius Williams didn't really have a good camp, but Cordell Flott, obviously a third-round pick out of LSU. He's looked pretty good in his time out there. So those are your guys at corner. Your safeties, Xavier McKinney, Julian Love, and Dane Belton out of Iowa, third-round draft pick, obviously getting better from his collarbone. So good to see that Dane Belton's going to make the roster with Xavier McKinney and Julian Love. And again, we're very thin at safety, so don't be surprised if the Giants make some moves here coming up and add some kind of safety to their team, because they really do not have a lot of safety depth, as you can see. Hopefully McKinney, hopefully all these guys stay healthy, but obviously that's a position that we really, really need to stay healthy with as well. So, there was said here that the Ravens released veteran safety Tony Robinson, a player defensive coordinator Wink Martindale is familiar with. So obviously with the Ravens releasing Tony Jefferson, that is definitely a name to keep an eye on here in the future for the Giants. As far as the special teams go, yeah, nothing new here. Graham Gano and Jamie Gillen going to be your punter this year. Casey Kreider is the long snapper, if that means anything to you. Here are some of the players that were cut. Will Holden, Jalen Holmes, Khalil Dorsey, Harrison Hand, Nate Metters, Trenton Thompson, Sandro Platzgummer got an exemption, Jalen Ward, Jashawn Corbin, who I thought might actually catch on here, Alex Bachman may be a surprise, Jamil Douglas, Darren Evans, CJ Board was cut, doesn't surprise me, bad camp, not good on special teams, fumbling, and really hasn't contributed anything. Again, maybe Quincy Roche and Davis Webb, maybe they were a little bit, maybe that was a bit of a surprise. Yusef Corker, Ryan Santoso, there was no doubt he was going to get cut after the fact that Graham Gano is healthy. And then Elijah Griffin, Eric Smith, and Travis Toivonen and Keelan Doss were also cut for the Giants. So that is your initial 53-man roster as far as cut down day goes here on Tuesday, August 30th. So you guys can let me know what you think in the comments section. Is there anybody that you would have rather kept? Did you want Davis Webb in this team? Would you rather have Alex Bachman made this team? Would you rather have had Quincy Roche instead of O'Shane Ximines? Let me know your comments, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Who would you have kept? Would you have cut somebody else? Do you think Darius Slayton gets moved here in the future? Obviously, Kenny Golladay is not in favor. Listen, if Kenny Galladay's cap situation was different, Kenny Golladay would not be here. I'm telling you right now, if the Giants were to save $6 to $10 million, if they could have cut him, his ass would be gone. I guarantee you. I do not think Dable or Shane or any of these guys like Kenny Golladay. I really don't. He's a Gettleman disaster. As you all know, Gettleman did, a big paid wide receiver that did not score a touchdown last year, just over 500 yards receiving, and had a very uninspired camp, and he was terrible in the preseason games. 51 snaps, 4 targets, 1 catch, 1 drop. So obviously Kenny Golladay not earning his pay so far. Hopefully, when September 11th rolls around and we start playing games that mean something, hopefully Kenny Golladay can contribute, because God, that's what we paid the guy for. And we're going to need him. If we're going to be able to score some points, we're going to need Kenny Galladay for sure. So anyway, that's all I got in this video. Thank you for watching. I always appreciate it. If you made this far, you're a trooper. Please like it, subscribe, share it out to the Giants fan. Let's get to 101,000 subscribers. Why the hell not? And enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. It is the Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I'm out.